Here is our red stag tail to tape super welterweight bout. Sergio Cabrera from Boston, Mass. weighed in at 165 yesterday. He has taken on the 1-0 KHIARY Gray Pitts from Worcester, Mass. This one should be a war. Let's send it down to Adam Palazzo for the official introduction.
This is the red stag bout of the evening. This fight is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super weight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 165 pounds, a veteran of 2 professional fights, hailing from Boston, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, Sergio Cabrera. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 160 pounds, with a professional record of 1 win and 0 losses. That 1 win came by way of knockout. Hailing from the fighting city of Worcester, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, KHIARY Gray Pitts.
Good clean fight. All time, and my commands at all time. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Your referee is Mike Ortega.
Welcome back to Twin River Casino. Mike Parenti joined by my broadcast partner Scott Ream, and another great fight on deck today. Super welterweight KHIARY Gray Pitts in the red, white, and black trunks taking on the dangerous Sergio Cabrera in the black. Scott, we often look at records that can be deceived. Cabrera is 0-2, but has fought some real tough fights. Took on 5-1 Michael McLaughlin and knocked him down twice in that fight, and still somehow lost the decision. So we know Cabrera comes to fight. We know he can bang. We certainly know he can punch. We'll see what he can do here against Gray Pitts.
Yeah, you know, it depends. You've said it many times. We both talked about it. It's the quality of the opponent, not necessarily the record. It's just he's had a couple of tough ones. And 4-round fights, really tough. If you're not busy, if you're not working, it's tough to score. Nice lead uppercut by Cabrera right there.
It's an exciting time here for New England boxing, Scott, between Scott Sullivan, Ray Oliveira Jr., and Zach Christie. And arguably right here, the most promising prospect of them all, KHIARY Gray Pitts from Worcester, Mass., who made his debut in June with an impressive knockout win. You mentioned how in that fight, you remember early on he wasn't sitting on his punches enough. Right. And then later on, as he did, you saw the raw power from
now
his right
you can
hands.
see him coming out now. He's coming out in a lower stance. He's double jabbing to the body, coming back upstairs. Work in progress, just like anything else. Second pro fight, you go back and you look and you see, what did I do well? What do I need work on? What can I keep improving on? There's a reason why these guys that have got 40 wins, and that's just, they keep going back, getting better and better. And this is where Mr. Pitts is right now. He's just looking to get better every single time. And he already looks a lot cleaner than he was the first time we saw him.
KHIARY Gray Pitts.
Another straight 1-2 down the middle for Mr. Pitts.
Scott, he actually made his pro debut just a week after making his amateur finale. He said, hey, what the heck? Why not turn pro and just fight again? So he fought 7 days later and won in convincing fashion. So KHIARY Gray Pitts wants to stay busy here in 2014, and he's done just that thus far.
Well, if you can stay healthy and you can stay in the gym working, and again, you surround yourself with good people and a good promotion like CES, you can stay busy.
I think you're definitely seeing a difference between fight number 1 and fight number 2 here, Scott.
Oh, that was a beautiful combination, going to the body, then back upstairs to the head to finish.
And right there is the difference.
That got Cabrera's attention, that left hook.
Not slapping with his punches, sitting on those punches, full extension and just raw power coming from KHIARY Gray Pitts, and the use of the combinations as well.
Now, right there you saw him, he double jabbed short. Nice lead left uppercut. What I'd like to see a little bit from is a couple of feints now. He's got Cabrera's attention. He's definitely got his respect and the power. A couple of feints will lock him up, and those punches will be delivered.
And Gray Pitts also doing a nice job, Scott, fighting on angles.
Absolutely.
not just a head-on target for
That
Cabrera.
lead left uppercut that we saw, he stepped out well with that angle.
Round 1 in the books. Let's listen into the corner for KHIARY Gray Pitts.
You know, you're getting hit with something because you're not bringing it head. Listen to this. Listen to this. In the pocket, out the pocket. You're too fast for it. Touch him, boom, boom, boom. Out. Give him some angles, man. All right? You good? He's not on your level. He's too slow. Use your speed.
Be smart.
Don't worry about the power. Speed.
And don't go back. Go to the side.
Give me a little spray. You be the first one. Be the first one. Keep sticking that jab. Keep sticks, man. All right? You got it. I want you to hit you. No need for you to catch that punch, all right? Go bring it back that back.
KHIARY Gray Pitts' head trainer Kendrick Balscott telling him rely on your speed more than your power.
I love that. I tell all the fighters that I work with, speed kills. We all hear it. Maybe it's overused, but it's God's honest truth.
Round number 2 underway. KHIARY Gray Pitts in the red, white, and black trunks. Sergio Cabrera in the black. Mike Parenti joined ringside by Scott Ream here live from Twin River Casino.
Cabrera seems a bit stiff. Nice combination by Pitts. There's a nice right hand exchange in the exchange by Cabrera, getting Pitts' attention. Both men switched. Both men let the jab go and land.
And there's that speed again, Scott, those combinations. And on the way out, Cabrera misses with 3 shots upstairs. Tremendous exchange. Real great sequence there for KHIARY Gray Pitts. Cabrera really can't touch him.
Cabrera's also kind of slapping that jab, which is odd. He's the shorter fighter. He should be jabbing up, maybe getting a little lower in his stance and jabbing straight up.
The speed, the head movement, all working for KHIARY Gray Pitts. Does eat a left hand on the way out of that exchange, and that's what Kendrick Ball warned him about. You're taking too many shots. Just get in there quick, bang, 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 in and out.
Well, that was because he's sitting and rooting that power, and that's what his corner said. His corner reminded him, give me the speed, give me your angles, and get out.
It's funny, we told, or at least we thought, you and I, that he needed to do that in the first fight. Maybe he's doing a little bit of it too much here in the second fight.
Well, when a fighter gets very comfortable, and it seems to me like he's very comfortable and very confident right now, he wants to stand in there and maybe try to put his guy away. There's nothing wrong with having that confidence, but we got 4 rounds. Make him miss, make him pay right now. You can see you're getting the best of him. Maybe the 3rd round is the round you want to sit and deliver that power in. So Pitts would be it'd behoove him to listen to his corner, play those angles, give off the speed his corner's asking him for. And on the flip side of that, Cabrera needs to keep his hands up, needs to keep his head moving. It's virtually still.
You're right, no head movement from Cabrera whatsoever, just a very immobile target for KHIARY Gray Pitts, allowing Pitts to work the angles and just tee off at will.
That was a push there.
Yeah, he got pushed. 40 seconds to go here in round number 2. Ringside from Twin River Casino.
You know, one of my favorite things my boxing coaches used to say is, if you keep your head still and you don't want to move it, your opponent will move it for you. So it's your choice. Either you move it or your opponent will move it for you. And as it stands right now, you know, Gray Pitts is moving his opponent's head at will. Here's a nice body head combination with the left hand.
That was a beautiful combination there by Pitts.
Cabrera does well in the exchanges when they're in tight, and Pitts does a good job when he's working those angles like his corner's asked him to.
Round number 2 in the books. It's been all Gray Pitts so far here at Twin River. Let's listen into Cabrera's corner.
That was good, man. Oh, hey, lead with that right. He's dropping that left again. Lead with the right always. Bang, and then right back to that little shot, right? You feel good. You won that round, right? No pressure now. Put your hands up, right? Hey, don't let down. Once you put pressure on, he's on his heels. Keep going, right?
Well, Scott, interestingly enough, Cabrera just standing this entire time during the break.
That's fine. I mean, some fighters might like to stay up and keep the blood flowing. You know, every corner's different.
his trainer telling him he won that second round. Not sure I see where that would play itself out on the scorecards, but we will see if this in fact does go the distance.
I don't know, maybe it's a confidence thing. He needs to tell his fighter that to get him out to the next round. From a judge's perspective, I would disagree. That short right hand actually stumbled Cabrera. That was a beautiful left to the liver, left to the head by Pitts. That's the speed his corner was talking about.
Round number 3 of a scheduled 4-round bout underway. Great Pitts in the black, red, and white. Cabrera in the black trunks. Mike Parenti joined ringside by my broadcast partner, Scott Ream, bringing you all the action.
Beautiful combination. That's the speed. Now Cabrera's calling him on. It would behoove Pitts not to get enticed by this, but it looks like he's doing it.
Interesting
Just
approach
get
here.
speed. Just give him the speed. Don't let him bite on it. Cabrera wants these exchanges. He does well in these exchanges.
I agree. He's probably had his best moments in this fight during those exchanges, though I'm not sure long-term he wants to exchange with Great Pitts.
He just caught Pitts with a nice little left hook.
Now maybe he is onto something here, Scott. A minute and a half to go here.
Well, how do you... Carrera is the shorter fighter. How do you have your opponent help you with that? He closes the distance by offering him in. Come on inside, let's bang, come to me. Those combinations hurt him. You see him taking those deep breaths. Cabrera's trying to egg him on to get inside. When we go back to straight boxing, Great Pitts does a great job.
Well, you're right about one thing. Great Pitts' corner would rather him not get in these exchanges and have him use his speed. But sometimes your machismo gets the best of you in the ring.
This is him learning, being a disciplined fighter. These are the things you learn your first bunch of fights. Now that short little right hand that you saw a couple seconds ago, I think that bloodied up Cabrera's nose. Both fighters now just throwing power. That's the speed with the power there. Cabrera fighting right back, tons of heart.
Well, we knew Cabrera would come to fight. We saw what he did against Michael McLaughlin.
Well, I got to be honest with you. This is a closer round for Cabrera than the last one, in my opinion.
He's actually had a better round here than in round number 2, no question about that. And if he survives these final 18 seconds, may have some momentum. Again, calling on Great Pitts to fight.
He's doing much better when it comes to a bit of a street fight. And I'd love to go back to Pitts' corner and hear what they have to say.
And that's the end of round number 3. It definitely turned into a brawl near the end, and we're going to hear what KHIARY Great Pitts' corner has to say now.
This motherfucker's not on your level. Get this motherfucker out of there. You let him recover in there, all right? Take a deep breath.
Yo, where's the spray? She gonna have the spray?
In there, play with him. Don't play with him. Play the fucking game in here. Take this shit fucking seriously. He's not on your level. This motherfucker's ready to go. You hurt him to the body, then you don't want to go back there anymore. He's so slow. Come on, man. He's not on your level. You know that.
Your speed, Kyrie. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Come on.
Don't do nothing and get careless. You know you're calling nothing stupid. Don't play with him. He wants to play, let him play.
Let him play.
Put his hands out like that.
Don't be part of
Put
it.
his hands out like that.
Don't be part of it.
It's the last round right here. I need you to turn it up on this fucking fight right here.
Excellent, excellent, excellent corner work, in my opinion.
I agree.
Sticks in the hand. 3 4, and I want that body shot.
Flat out telling him he's not on your level. Don't play games with him to get sucked into the games he's trying to play with you. And we'll see if Great Pitts listens here in round number 4.
Yeah, he told him, don't get caught. You don't want to get caught with anything. And that's what he left himself open for in that third round. And I'm not being derogatory. I'm not blasting Pitts in this. This is just a learning experience. How do you not settle in? Like you said, the machismo builds up. This is what's going to make him an excellent fighter. These are the lessons you learn as you come up. The excellent combination there. He's got a good corner. Now he's just got to listen a little bit more.
Once again, we're live from Twin River Casino. Mike Parenti joined by Scott Ream. 4th and final round between KHIARY Great Pitts in the red, white, and black, and Sergio Cabrera in the black trunks. A lot of action in this fight. A lot of build-up, a lot of momentum shifts too to some degree. And you're right, you've seen a big learning curve really from round 1 to round 4, some ebbs and flows that you would expect from young fighters.
Well, now you look at Cabrera now. He's done a great job of just his 2 pro fights of finding a way to bring a faster fighter in and slowing him down and getting off and making connections and damage, putting some damage on him. Just like that left hook. Might not have had a lot on it, but he got him and he scored. To Cabrera's credit, he's doing what he needs to do to try to make this fight turn in his direction.
A minute and a half to go.
Speed and angles are everything right now. Speed and angles for Pitts. And Cabrera wants to stay close, keep his head virtually on Pitts' chest, and just work inside, make it a dirty boxing.
Pitts back to doing what he did best in those first 2 rounds, Scott, circling, boxing on the outside, using his speed, using the combinations, and just not getting engaged into a brawl with Cabrera, who can hit. We've seen examples of his power.
Sure. Pitts should stay outside, double, triple jab off. There's your right hand. Exit out on an angle. That's it. This is how you box. He wants to drop those, get off the ropes here. You can see Cabrera just wanting to pin him in and make it a dogfight. And that's where Cabrera's at his best. And he scores. Cabrera scores when it's a dogfight. Pitts is the more polished fighter, and that's why his corner wants him on the outside, wants him working speed and angles. That's a quick snap jab. Follow that up. Play your angles off that.
Final 10 seconds here of the fight. Wade Pitts has done a nice job slowing the pace and using his speed in this 4th and final round and not letting Cabrera turn this one into a brawl. 4 rounds in the books. Highly entertaining fight, just what we would expect from Cabrera and Gray Pitts. And I think, Scott, you would agree that any young fighter certainly needs these experiences to learn from, and Pitts probably learns a lot in this fight going forward.
Absolutely. Both fighters are going to have the learning experience. Every guy you fight is a teacher one way or the other. What do you take from it? But I think if the person that's going to develop the most out of this will be Mr. Pitts. And I say that with all due respect to Mr. Cabrera. But Cabrera definitely is the brawler. He's the one that wants to get inside. Pitts has a little more polish, a little more panache to his game. As his corner said, maybe a higher level boxer. He needs to learn how to stay like that, when to turn it on, turn it off, and not get baited in.
Cabrera is certainly tough as nails. You see him go around and thanking the crowd in each section for the support. He put on a great show, and the crowd certainly showed its appreciation for that. It appears from what we've seen that Gray Pitts did more than enough to win the fight. But again, it's about, at this point, learning, not necessarily the wins and losses of which you can learn from the fight. Certainly learned a lot going from fight 1 to fight number 2. And arguably learned a lot going from round 1 to round 4 in this fight.
Well, boxing's very unforgiving, and we talked about having these a 4-round fight. It's very short. You have to stay busy. You can't really make mistakes. If you give up 1 round, you can't give up anymore. So if you lose at 1 round, or if you're not quite on your game in 1 round, or you really have nowhere to go. So you want to learn as much as you can. You want to try to stick to your game plan to the best of your ability. 4 rounds, it's not a lot of time to regain making mistakes. It's okay to make some mistakes. You want to stay settled down, but what do you learn? And I think both fighters, of course, Cabrera more the brawler, more wants to get inside and mess it up. But the boxer, being Pitts, he's got the most to gain by settling down in between rounds, not getting emotional and listening to his corner. Let his corner get emotional.
4 rounds in the books in the super welterweight division. Let's send it down to Adam Palazzo to find out who won this bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for these 2 brave warriors tonight. After 4 grueling rounds, we go to the scorecards. Judge Glenn Feldman scored the fight 40-36. Judge Don Trella scored the fight 40-36. Judge Clark Sammartino scored the fight 40-36. For your winner by unanimous decision and part of the new generation of CES, KHIARY. Grand.